I saw this on Anton's page, and I went in and unfortunately had to download TikTok to get the link to send to whatever.
I ain't doing that.
I had to.
Your ass going to jail if you catch it on your phone. You know the government coming for you, right?
Ain't nothing on my phone that they gon'.
I've been telling everybody that who got TikTok. The government banning that shit. They coming for you. Your ass going to jail.
But
allegedly, I'm just talking.
This is something that I kind of resonated with me that I thought would be a pretty good thing to talk about.
I seen a video of somebody saying that a lot of people on this app cannot transfer to YouTube. I ain't gonna lie, I definitely agree. As somebody who started out on YouTube, it's not like TikTok. This is not serious or real. A lot of people are content creators on here, but it's not any content. It's just talk. It's like what I'm doing right now. I'm just talking. When people are like, oh, you're a content creator. I'm not a content creator on TikTok. I come on this bitch to talk shit and complain. On YouTube, I actually create content. You spend time editing shit. You actually put time and effort into that. Because if you didn't, YouTube don't reward bullshit. TikTok rewards bullshit, mediocre shit. You can get on this bitch and do anything and go viral. YouTube, they not having that.
All right.
So,
just off the strength of what she said right there, do you have any thoughts about YouTube versus TikTok, I guess IG shorts, even YouTube shorts?
I can't because I'm not on the websites like that. I look at stuff, and this as far as the content we create right here. We come on here every Sunday. We chop it up with y'all. We tell y'all how everything going. We got, a couple topics and stuff that we go through.
What's going on is
we have general conversation about things. But I don't get on nowhere and create content because I'm not a content creator. I'm just a YouTuber, a podcaster. That's it. Like we come on here, we have my thing is what I want to do, because I don't know what everybody else want to do, is I like to give information out to people. I like people to be informed. We always talk about there's not that much information about this. That's why I love to give game to people. Younger than me, older than me, whatever. It doesn't matter. Men, women, boy, child, whatever you identify as. It don't matter. I like to give game and I like to give information after people. Even if you don't ask me for information sometime, when you come and you having a conversation with me, I give you the little bit of information I have right there. It's just in the conversation. So what she's talking about, it might be right, because a lot of people just get on here and just start spreading out fake shit, and they use this instead of going on real websites, doing real research about things, and they just say shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then they don't want to apologize about it when they say it. You feel me? They just want to, I stand on that. Like, I was watching one, and they had guests on the Daily Wrap-Up crew, and this girl said, she said all black men do is cheat, lie, do all this stuff. And she didn't say some, she didn't say this. She said all, and she stood on it. And then she didn't want to apologize for it, but they kept trying to tell her, like, you're wrong. And they were, championing the bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So, that's just how I feel about that, like, I guess.
What do you think? Apply that to, let's just say, the stock market and investing.
What you mean?
Do you think gathering the information is okay? When someone, okay, actually, you know what? Before I go into that, I want to.
Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. Come on, let's go get some Starbucks. My daughter like to call it Starbies, but I'm not going to get any coffee. I don't drink coffee. I'm going to get something else. But it's a conversation that's being had across social media, and it's the difference between YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, all of the rest of the platforms. And somebody sent me a video to react to, and I'm gonna give you my thoughts, because I'm gonna explain to y'all the difference between YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and all of the rest of that stuff, even X, because YouTube is the big dog. It's really like the Netflix for content creators. But let me show you the video.
I seen a video of somebody saying that a lot of people on this app cannot transfer to YouTube. I ain't gonna lie, YouTube don't reward bullshit. TikTok.
Because I know how the money works, I also understand content creation, and more importantly, I've been a YouTuber for the better part of 8 to 10 years. And I will tell you that it is the big dogs of everything. And I'm not just talking about financially, I'm talking about what you have to put into it in order to be successful. TikTok, easy. Very, very, very easy to consistently build a platform. And I will tell you that most people are lazy. So their inability to build a viewership or following and content creation largely is based off of their inability to do great things and has nothing to do with the platform itself. TikTok, super easy. Instagram, super easy. They've made it easy for you guys to be able to build a following. Now, the other side of that is that find revenue that you can and will generate. Like how you generate revenue can be very different. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people like to create TikTok shops and stuff like that. But as far as organic traffic, people really building a following, what it takes in order to be successful, YouTube is the final boss. Outside of like going to be a filmmaker yourself, YouTube is the final boss. Most people, like if you look at the Don Lemons and the Sage Steels and stuff like that, when they decide voluntarily or involuntarily that they're no longer a part of major networks, CNN, ESPN, all of that stuff, where do they go? They go to YouTube. Now, a lot of people obviously go to all of the platforms in order to have, you know what I'm saying, an organic following or to build off all the platforms and capitalize off of the visibility. They hopefully can convert traffic from one to the other. Very rarely can people convert traffic. You might be massive on Instagram. I've seen people with, 5-6 million followers on Instagram can't even hit remotely 50-60,000 subscribers on YouTube. And it's hard. Let's just really be honest. Like it is very, very, very hard to edit long form content. And that is the difference, the major difference between YouTube and other platforms. You can go on TikTok and make a minute, just throw the camera in front of your face, make a minute video, all of that stuff. It's much more difficult to make sure you satisfy audience taste long term because the competition is fierce. The consistency is what's going to separate you, and the quality of the content over a longer period of time when people have the option to be able to go wherever they want to go. And you building an organic following. Listen, I've seen major celebrity sports figures or people that are huge within ESPN and stuff like that. They cannot crack the code. In most instances, when it comes to YouTube, it takes a longer time. And even when they get a following, let's say you get some subscribers, some people will finesse the platform. So they'll take the TikTok, Instagram method, and the only thing that they do is we'll create shorts. Well, shorts don't generate revenue like that on these platforms. So you may have some subscribers, you may finesse people into thinking that you got a real following, but you can't actually generate no real revenue on there. You hoping to convert it, but you're not used to making long form content. So your ability to really capitalize off of more visibility, just because people subscribe to you from a short, don't mean that that's going to translate into them watching your long form content. I will tell you, bro,
Do you think that that's true? Like as far as making shorts and it not necessarily translating to actual subscribership and followership?
To me, in my opinion, because I don't, you the editing guy. We give you props for you editing because you learn how to do that, and I want to learn how to do it too. But like he said, it takes more time and people are lazy. To finesse the editing and do all the editing, it's gonna take you damn near 2, 3, 4, 5 hours to get one of them videos done. Cause you gotta go about it step by step by step. It's more like focusing. You can't be sitting over here doing this and doing that while you editing. You have to be literally sitting there like you're doing right now, right? Mm-hmm. Step by step, right? Mm-hmm. But a short, you ain't gonna mess up 2 minutes in a minute, 2 minutes. We mess up all the time on here that you got to go and clean up something. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I agree with him wholeheartedly on that about it not translating because you can't cap the audience and all that stuff like that. Because we be on here for 2-3 hours and people be in and out all day, coming on in and out on different type of conversations, different type of topics we have. So I kind of agree with them. I want to hear your take though, because you really in that space like that. I'm just here so I won't get fined.
No, I 1,000% agree. 1,000 and 2,000% agree.
Agree with what? What I just said? Or what he told?
Both.
Okay.
Because one, like you said, one video, chopping up one video and doing all of the stuff that goes into properly editing videos and even getting timestamps and getting things specifically edited, figuring out what font you're going to use, what colors you're going to use, when you want it posted. That stuff takes a whole lot of time.
Time consuming.
And the thing about it is, it's not necessarily, there is a learning curve at first, and it also pays it out, in the bag chasers. I got people, if I have certain questions, there's always somebody out there that's going to that's going to answer. But
with editing and stuff?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
They have a whole content creation page. Everybody has things that they
doing.
Yeah. Different ways that they edit their videos or whatever the case. Some people record their videos in the car. So if I don't know anything about a car, or if I watch videos about recording in your car and there's a specific question that I have, I can go to the bag chasers and somebody's going to answer my question. Mm-hmm. Right. So, but no, when it comes to just all of the stuff that goes into it, man, you got to figure out what time is the best time for you to post. And you got to, after so many days of posting and you don't see that your videos are getting traction, you may need to figure out a different time to post. You may figure out what people are talking about, what subjects to talk about, and all that stuff. All that stuff takes a whole lot of time. And I don't want to say the unfortunate thing, but a fact about this current audience of social media and content creation is people have the attention span of a gnat.
It's a fact.
People can only, even me, sometimes I find myself watching a short on Instagram or on YouTube, and 10 seconds into the short, I'm like, and let's say it's a minute long. 10 seconds into it, I'm scrolling to the next one, trying to get another feed, or I watch the short video and I'm tapping on the bottom to see how long the video is, to see how patient I got to be to wait to get to the end.
But all of it too, though, the reason why your attention span and all of our attention spans like that, because people put out a lot of trash. They do a lot of this fake stuff, like we always say, this scripted. This is what we call it. Like, you know, we saw a video and we be like, what you and Jay every day always say? What y'all call it? Something that be scripted, or like what you call it? I don't know what we call it, but it's fake. But I don't know the word that they usually use. But it's like it'd be fake, and we just trying to get the message from what they doing, even though it is fake. And one person told me, "You think everything on the internet is fake?" I say, "Damn near," but it's so bad that you don't know what it is and what's not. And I'd be like, I want to give people the benefit of the doubt that y'all not recording all this stupid shit y'all recording. Because if you are, we in way more worse trouble than I really think we are. Because I already know we in trouble because of social media. But if you doing what I think you're doing and you're recording all this stupid shit and not really helping like that, and it's not all really scripted, I'm like, we really fucked up more than what I think we are.
Mm-hmm. And it's, another thing about it, as far as content creation, it requires it requires long form content creation. It requires a lot of discipline. And I mean, specifically, like planning out. The most successful people in the world have a schedule, right? You read any particular book about any biography of any rich and or successful person, they're going to tell you that you need to have a schedule. So there's one part of it is discipline and having the discipline to stick to your schedule. If you're supposed to create your content, or if you're supposed to go live or at 7:00 p.m. every day, or record edit your videos at 7:00 every day, you got to keep doing that. And Anton just said, Anton just said he been in the content creation game for 8 to 10 years. I've said this on a podcast multiple times. Most people don't have the longevity, the long-term, the phrase stick-to-itiveness. That's not an actual word, but you get the point. Don't have the endurance to stick with things for a long term, and that's like once people start figuring out, oh, I'm doing all this work, it's not being fruitful for me, I'm not making money off of it, I'm gonna just stop and go on to something else, or they get discouraged in the process.
But you know what it is?
Because for me, that is because their motivation was money from the start.
I don't even think,
and not
really
the love of the game.
I don't even think it's really that. It's this thing that we on right now.
YouTube,
social media, period. People don't show the grind. You don't see people's grind. You don't see people's fuck ups. You don't see people's falling. You don't see the bruises. You don't see all the heartaches, all the not sleeping. You don't see none of that. What do we see? The highlight reel. We don't see not a thing that they went through. We don't see them fucking up a video and them deleting it. We don't see them, the mishaps of the internet not working and them trying to get online. We see finished products. People do not show the journey to get there. And any motivational person will tell you that's where you found the love for what you're doing at, in the journey. It's not even at the end. It's the journey. The journey, what you fall in love with. If you fall in love with the journey, everything else is fucking easy. Because the journey is the hardest part. That's when you want to get up. That's when you don't want to come. That's when you don't want to do what you want to do. The journey is where you find, when you find your love in the journey, it is a wrap with everything else. It don't matter whatever nobody else says or nobody else done. If you love the journey, I guarantee you I could put everything I have, put my life on it. You're going to be way successful. It's the journey. But people don't look at the journey. People don't like the journey. People just want the finished product. You want all the accolades that come with the finished thing. Mm-hmm. They don't want the journey. They want the finished thing. They want the money, all the money you get at the end. They don't want to go through all that. And that's what it is. You can say all that other stuff you want to, but it's about the journey. People only see people highlight reels on YouTube and on all that stuff. They don't see all the heartaches, all the hiccups, all the missed words you use, all the editing you had to use, all the things you said that you shouldn't have been saying and all that. They don't see all that. You had to get good at it because you had to do all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I think it is. What you and Anton said was perfectly right and perfectly all that. But it takes a grind. It takes you having to get up. It takes you having to, all right, I got 2 hours, y'all. Let's go ahead and try to knock this out in 2 hours. I don't got no time today, but I will be there next week or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But we got to keep on going no matter what. We're not blaming because everybody has lives and stuff like that. But that's just what that's the journey. That's the journey with you and your friends together. That's what y'all gonna remember the most. Bro, you remember where we was before we came over here?
Mm-hmm.
You remember the back cave we was at?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I
But
think
people
about
didn't see
all the
that.
time.
But people didn't see that neither, though. So I'm in love with the journey of whatever I do. It doesn't matter. It's the journey. That's what you get your love for. That's how I really know I like doing this, because I'm steady coming in the journey when you're not getting nothing back. To me, when you love something that you're doing and it's not loving you back because it's not showing you everything you need to show, that's when you know you love it. That's when you know that's what you're supposed to be, because you're not getting the love back.
Hold up.
Hey, that's my mess. We can go ahead and go right now.
I almost want to. I almost want to. Woo.
But yeah, it's the journey, bro. It's the journey of the situations of whatever you're doing. Whatever you're doing in life, working, fixing on your car, your old school, people get building old schools. It's not the finished product, it's the journey. You gotta fall in love with journeys before you fall in love with the finished product. That's even with your relationship too. That's everything in life.
Keep going. We're gonna end after this, bro. Keep going.
But that's to me, that's with everything in life. You gotta fall in love with the journey of what you kind of trying to accomplish. Once you fall in love, like with football players, the journey is the lead. Basketball players too, the journey is the lead. But all them days you were sitting there running in the snow, playing basketball in the snow, you practicing when you don't want to practice, you damn near throwing up, you smell like I don't know what and who did it and what for. You stink everything. All that you got to fall in love with to get to the other side. Hey, man, just clip that, man. I ain't got to say much more. They know who this is. This Maul. This is what Maul do.
Whew.
We're going to clip that, though. We're going to put that in. That's a short.
That's going to be a clip in itself.
Yeah, that's a
for
short.
Real.
That's a short, B. And then put me at the end saying, yeah, this is short.
Man. Sheesh. But no, to go along with what you're saying about being loving the journey, right? And appreciating the journey. So this particular thumbnail right here.
Which one?
This one right here with Jonathan Majors and his ex and Mike Tyson. That took me a while.
Oh, you remember that one, huh? You know your ones that take you a while, don't you?
Yes.
Why it took you a while? Go ahead and explain to the people, some of the people, why did it take you a while?
Well, part of it is figuring out, let me take it so people can see us while we're talking. Yeah. Part of it is figuring out what pictures you want to use for the thumbnail.
And
figuring out how you want to do your thumbnails.
And what you want to stop, how you want to stop it, play it, where you want to stop it at, where you don't want to stop it at. You don't want to cut nobody off on their words that they saying. You need a pause somewhere for you can put it. It's a lot of things.
Yeah, it's figuring out like, okay, you have this picture and you find out after you save the picture from wherever source that the picture don't work for the thumbnail overall for one reason or another. So now you got to go back to square one and try to find another one. Or then when you get to editing the thumbnail and the picture you have leaves a whole lot of empty space.
Mm-hmm.
So now you got to figure out a way to try to fill up the empty space. Or do you want your fonts to be all the same color? Do you want it to be different colors? Do these colors work or does it look weird? Do I want it to match in certain ways? Do I don't want it to match? Do I want to use this particular font style? People don't have the longevity to stick through that, man, and that's why I personally like long form content better than short form, because the conversations that happen, and mainly because I'm always moving around and it's something to listen to, and I get tired of listening to music all the time. Mm-hmm. But aside from it is this, I like long form content because it's an actual conversation, and typically when somebody says short form content, it's not always the stuff that is kind of debilitating to the mind, but that's what comes to mind when if somebody says short form content, I'm thinking of dumb TikTok trends.
Mm-hmm. But I like people having conversations though. I don't really like the interview type thing, because everybody get on there and say the same stories that they said on a whole nother podcast that you've been listening to. I like people that original content where people just talk. Because you go back to some of your old conversations and say, oh, remember we said this, remember we said that. But at the end of the day, most of the time you're having a brand new conversation about something. And maybe you might have learned something during your day that changed your mind about that conversation. Because you might agree at one point, but then you disagree by the end of the conversation. Because you're like, oh, no, I don't agree with that like that. But that's what I like. Because a lot of people ask me, like, when y'all going to start interviewing people? Like, bro, I really do not want to.
We don't really need to.
I really don't want to.
I've been getting a lot of feedback from different people about the podcast.
What you mean?
Like people, it's never been anything bad. People love they love the conversations we have.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But they do ask, like, when are you going to have
shit without David Ruffin.
I
built y'all asses.
You ungrateful
sons of bitches. No, I'm just playing, man. Motherfucker, no, I really. It just sounded like that when people say that. That's the first thing you think about, a motherfucker trying to go solo.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, I just like I like conversation though, because I'm not a one-way type of thinking type person. And when you find somebody on there like that, and it's like, ugh. But yeah, this conversation is always good. That's why I don't really like the interviewee type thing, because it's the same people go on the same platforms when they have something to promote, and they say the same stories.
And the interviewers ask the same questions as well.
Mm-hmm.
The same exact questions. And let's be honest, most people, if we go through, if we group up, let's just say 10 people, there's going to be a lot of the group of 10 people who either listen to the same people on, let's just say YouTube in particular, or listen to people that are adjacent to the people that they listen to.
Culture. It's the culture.
Right? So it's like,
it's the culture. And you only listening to people that's hot, and that's hot at that time or whatever, not like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been making more of an effort to find people that have less subscribers and less viewership.
That's when they be at their best. I'm not gonna lie, and I hope and I pray that we stay like that.
We just gotta negotiate full creative control on our contracts. That's all.
No. I'm talking, but that's still the people though. The people change when you got more subscribers. You get away from what got you the more subscribers. You always do that. It's only a selected number of people that I know that still does that thing, that still does some of that, but they got to sprinkle in a little bit of this. We talking about men versus women type conversations and all. You got to sprinkle a little of that because that's for the algorithm. And I understand that. But long as 75 to 80% of your conversations are still what you started out as, I'm cool with that. Because I know them dollars. You got to get them dollars because Space is always the one that's talking about now. Me and Jay, every day, them dollars. Them dollars, we'll give you 10% of that. But we're going to go back to what we used to do, but we're going to give you 10% of what you need. We get them dollars. We need them dollars. We got kids. We got stuff we need to buy and do.
Speaking of, thank you guys for kicking it with us on your favorite after church podcast. It's myself. I go by the name of Spaces. That's my boy Maul to my right.
To his left.
Timmy Taylor. You just
to his left. I'm dyslexic.
No, you on to my right. You to there.
But I'm dyslexic, so it's to your left.
Okay.
I don't know what the fuck that means. I'll just be talking.
D Brown said, yeah, YouTube people get paid, especially when they get their views and likes up. That's facts, especially through like super chats. Listen, I've seen Anton show the receipts for how much money he makes off of YouTube. 6 digits every month.
Get your paper.
6 digits every month.
Get your paper, Anton.
DHPX, what's good, my guy?
DXPH, what's going on, my young brother?
You didn't have to delete your message, Timmy Taylor. I was just about to come to it, but yeah, man, the long form content creation is not for the weak, like he said in the title of his video. It definitely takes the most difficult part about content creation is the discipline to be consistent.
And boy, don't let you have a family. Oh my God. Oh my God. Vacations in summertime, winter, Christmas, you working extra hours. If this ain't your total stream of income, yeah, we got to go get the paper. I'm going to still record, but I got to go get this paper first.
All right, and I would never stop you. Ever. I would never be like, you sure? Nope.
Go get the paper. We didn't turn Spaces into an animal. He wasn't used to be this animal, this light-skinned animal y'all see. That 25% Caucasian man right there, he's never been that.
That's facts.
He never
That's
been
facts.
like that. Me and Jay every day turned this man into a straight animal with that when it comes to that.
Because at first, when we first met, I was like, I'm going to just go home.
And what
I'ma
me and
just
Jay
go
every day
home.
was doing.
Like,
What? What? Her? You going home for what? What you got something doing? What you got?
one of the first thing they asked me was, you got kids? I said, no. It's like, and they both of their reaction was like, oh.
Like, bro, you tripping. You got to get this motherfucking paper, this money, man. You tripping.
And ever since then, give me every single hour I possibly can get.
Yeah. He turned into a little mini. He still ain't on us two because we are different. Like, we straight, like, even people tell you we different. Because people need shoes, bills need to be paid. We got to go get it.
Let me see.
What's next on the docket?
Yeah.